Good afternoon, good morning, good wherever you are, whenever you are, to this week's KubeVirt community meeting. It is the 22nd of July, or at least it is currently. If you're just joining us, if you could please add your name to the attendees right there. Let me put the link into chat. That might be useful. Oh, okie dokie. Yeah. Is there anyone this week who is new and would like to take a short moment just to introduce themselves to this meeting? I'll take that as a no, and we will keep going. But yeah, don't be shy about adding your name to the attendees. Let's have a quick look at our schedule. Hopefully, everyone is fully aware of what's happening today. It's our version 1.9 release day. Yep, let me just check the date. It sure is. So if anyone knows otherwise, please keep me honest. But at some point today, we'll be releasing version 1.9. It is an important release for a number of reasons. But well, for one, I noticed that it is the highest number of contributors to a release that I think we've ever had. We cracked the 3 digits. That's of course for celebration. But also there is a new feature. We've got it on the agenda. Let me just go back to that. It is about the feature gates. So from version 1.9 onwards, beta features will be enabled by default. So this is a complete changeover of previous behavior. You now, rather than enable beta feature gates, you now need to manually disable feature gates. Now the disabling a feature gates feature was introduced in version 1.8. So if you're on a version earlier than 1.8, don't skip 1.8 if you want to disable feature gates. There's more in the linked blog there. Yeah. And then I think next week we should have and this is what that link goes to. This is for our mailing list, and then there is a blog in that link. So it's a double link. Yeah, this is the important part. Don't skip version 1.8. If anyone has any questions, direct them to Itamar. Next week, we've got the CDI, and then we don't yet have the version 10, version 1.10, I should say, schedule accepted, but there is a PR for it. So just quickly, let's have a quick look.
Andrew, just
Hello.
to know that the release might not go out today because we have some release blocking test failing and a new bug fixes, which seems like worth, making a new RC and waiting for a bit more.
What are you telling me? Like a couple of minutes, couple of hours, couple of days, couple of weeks?
So I had a look at the one of the release blocking test. That seems fine and not caused by any changes in the 1.9, but I haven't had the time for the second one. So I would at least take a day for the second one.
Okay, so let me just cool my jets for a second. Version 1.9 is probably not going to go out today. So you've got an extra 24 hours to read the big changes that are coming with regarding our feature gates. Make sure that you are adequately prepared. We will be communicating this on the mailing list and our social media when the release actually does go out. But for the moment, it looks like what, a day, did you say a day delay?
That's optimistic, yes.
Okay, maybe this week. All right, well, let's keep looking forward, always look forward. The VEP proposed, I should say, VEP freeze date is the 2nd of September, with a code freeze date of the 21st of October. A new thing, Code Thaw, which will be a week later, and a release date of the 18th of November, which I believe is a week after KubeCon North America. Speaking of KubeCon North America, let's have a quick look at our upcoming CFP and events. So this is on our agenda, but today is the last day for the KubeVirt Summit. This is the virtual version of that event, the one that we've been running for, this will be our 6th year, 5 years previous, which I would guess that started in the COVID pandemic. So that'll close at some point today, probably evening North American time, probably Mountain Time, if I had to guess. So we will have a schedule announced for that in, what's that, a week and a half? That will be on the 15th of October. Now, remember, it is a free virtual event, so you don't need to get any kind of, travel permissions, no hotel bookings. All you need to do is click on this link here and register, which is also free. We've also got the KVM Forum CFP, which is still open, and that is in November in Vancouver. So I got an email from Gian from SK Telecom, who's presented at numerous KubeVirt summits. So his talk here, we've known for a while, is going to be at KubeCon Japan, but he let me know as well that they had a keynote accepted talking about the joint project between SK Telecom and the Japanese telecom about how they have used KubeVirt to build a mass distributed cluster to support, as I believe it, they're like an AI sovereignty throughout Japan, where land is a bit more of an issue than some other countries. So super interesting. There's also going to be, and they're running an end user case study. That's the acronym about that project, which will also be released during that KubeCon. So that'll be super interesting to hear more about. And we don't have a CFP open yet, but it'll come in the not too distant future. KubeVirt Summit live at KubeCon Salt Lake City. So that's also mid-November. Okay. And a quick look at our calendar. So this will need to change if we're not having our release today. Next tomorrow, we have it's the week for our SIG control plane fortnightly meeting, and then next Monday we return with our SIG storage and SIG network meetings. And I just realized that SIG observability is a fortnightly meeting. I should have been calling that out. So storage, network, and observability, it's the big fortnight, followed by on Tuesday, the confidential computing. And that everything else is a regular weekly meeting. Okay, let me close some stuff here. On to the agenda. So I think I actually mentioned all of those things in that long preamble. Little bit of a reminder as well. We are gradually drifting our start time towards the start of the hour. I'll be as best as I can. Sorry?
Yeah. The longer your excuse, the more negotiable your boundary sounds. That doesn't work for me is a complete sentence. You don't owe anyone a reason to. Stop being available every time. When you always
Someone
respond
watching a video?
or accommodate, people stop considering whether the ask is even reasonable. They already know the ask. Make them one occasional.
Sorry, Alan. I clicked the wrong. Okay. Sorry, Alan. I accidentally hit a bunch of buttons on your name.
It's okay. No worries.
So I was trying to meet someone. Okay. We are gradually drifting our start time towards the hour, so we no longer have starting 3 minutes past. This has been an issue that was pointed out to us, especially as we start to run into the SIG compute meeting, since we shortened this meeting. You just need to turn up on time, or you just missed my preamble. There are a couple of things, well, at least one here. I don't see him present, but we've got a PR here. While it opens up, does anyone have any questions or comments about anything? I'll take that as a no. All right, so this...
Wasn't this solved already? I remember we had some work here already. Maybe Jed was doing it, if I remember correctly.
A long time ago, I changed it to share the entire kubelet directory instead of subdirectories, but I think that's unrelated.
Okay, I felt like we documented some kind of hack, like having a hard link or something for different paths.
Yeah, that was exactly for being able to link it, to have a symlink to somewhere else. So yeah, maybe the solution for people who want to configure it is just to add a symlink to the nodes. Either way, I will review this PR.
Yeah, so
Thank you, Jed.
maybe, unless there's no other reason, maybe we can just say, hey, there is a documenting way to do this. We don't need really a dedicated API.
Sounds good. Which, unless anyone has anything they'd like to add, brings us to the end of our agenda. It's times like this makes me feel bad for demanding that we start 40 seconds earlier. But here we are. Does anyone have anything they'd like to champion? Anything that they would like to ask or just comment on before we wrap up slightly
I just
early
have
this week?
I just have a brief question. Is this the appropriate forum to bring up a new enhancement proposal, or should I reserve that for the VEP discussion meetings?
Depends on what you want from it. I guess if you want to like discuss it on a technical level, yes. The web meeting is more for how to move you forward.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll keep that in mind for next time.
But there are some pretty capable people here, and we do have the time. If you just want to give us a high level opener that we can
Yeah,
maybe
sure.
talk about something before next week.
Yeah, just to give like I'm still working out on the enhanced proposal myself right now, but I wanted to introduce a new operator for attestation. How it will look is still to be determined, but I just wanted to see what the community thought of that. Like this would be an entirely separate operator for KubeVirt. I guess just give like some more like some motivation. Like part of my doc here, I have a bit of the motivation written up. Right now, remote attestation is what makes confidential computing meaningful. So without it, encryption is just a claim, and we can't verify it yet. On like right now, the user has to verify it themselves. So you might be thinking, oh, we need just tell them to use trustee. But there's a gap between a KVS running and the KubeVirt can be attested. So what I'm proposing here is just handing reference values from things that KubeVirt controls, basically just the plumbing, and handing that over to an external party like trustee. And that's kind of like the basis of my motivation to get this done. This operator would definitely be agnostic to any specific vendor. I work for AMD, but I think this would benefit Intel and ARM as well.
Sounds good. Also, I think you are part of it, but reminder, there is a confidential computing meeting happening on, I think, Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday. Yeah, I usually run those meetings with Laddick, so I'll bring it up there too as well. I was hoping to have something done by then. That's why I barely have the first paragraph done. So hopefully by next week I'll have it ready so they can take a deeper look into it.
That sounds like a great project, which we probably should be hosting as part of the KubeVirt repository. And maybe have a shoot,
Thank you. Oh.
maybe have a shoot on the mailing list as well. And there are a couple of folks which worked on KubeVirt, but now are working on confidential clusters or different technologies which are similar to this. So maybe they would be interesting in collaborating as well.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'll make sure to send out a group message or a group email.
That sounds like a great candidate for a VEP. As well, I guess just a reminder that, yeah, probably going to be the start of September is going to be the VEP deadline.
Okay, yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Perfect. Thanks, Alan.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have anything that would like to ask, champion, comment on? In which case, we'll wrap it up for this week. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here, and thank you for everything that you do. Stay tuned for news on when version 1.9 will be released, and also when the KubeVirt Summit Live CFP will be posted. All right. Have a beautiful afternoon, evening, morning, whatever's going on in your world. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
See you. Bye.